Now, one of the points of emphasis that many journalists, economists, authors, political pundits, one of the things they've focused on recently is this historic nature of the decline that the United States is currently witnessing. They always like to pick out corollaries: the financial decline of Great Britain, the eventual collapse of its empire, the quagmire that the Soviets caught themselves in Afghanistan, and their overspending on defense with lack of efficient investments in infrastructure. Where is the corollary that you see between the United States decline now and anything in the past, or is this unprecedented?
I think that the United States is in really undiscovered new territory here, but there are parallels with previous declines. I would suggest that the Ottoman Empire might be worth taking a look at. The Ottoman Empire began in the early 1300s, reached its peak in the 1500s. It then underwent a slow decline until about the mid 19th century, about the 1850s, and then a very rapid decline thereafter. There are clear parallels between the late stage Ottoman Empire and what's going on in the United States today.
And the Ottoman Empire toward the end was often referred to as the sick man of Europe, and the United States is definitely seen by those parts of the world that aren't sort of collapsing into depression, as we seem to always be on the cusp of. The United States is always seen as being sick. It's that there's an internal problem. It's not just a cyclical issue. There's actually something like an infection, like there's something wrong with the U.S. model.
Yes, and I think that it's no surprise to viewers of your programs that basically the thing that's wrong is trade. Trade has been a disaster for the United States in the last 30, 40 years.
Now, picking on points of influence that are sort of hindering the United States, one of them that you've discussed is auto manufacturing. What we have in the United States is a situation where one side imported, insourced companies like your BMWs and your Toyotas are competing to siphon off the market share of the big three in Detroit. And when the United States was at its economic peak, all autos were made and manufactured in the Great Lakes region, and the parts came from the United States and were transported around the Great Lakes. And that's just not the situation now. What are some of the things we're seeing with the popping up of a Nissan plant in Tennessee or a Hyundai plant in Georgia that are undermining what used to be a very successful economic model?
I think you've hit on a very interesting and important point here. Basically, these days, these transplants are located around the country, and there seems to be no geographic logic to where they're located. In reality, the geographic logic is that they are sourcing their components from the home country of the company concerned, Japan or Germany, as the case may be. So they're not sourcing from within the Great Lakes area as the big three did in the old days.
Wake up, America! Open up your eyes! Wake up, America! Wake up!